Hello everybody and welcome to this video in which we are going to be looking at how we can begin to work with the Python library pandas. Pandas is awesome, it really is, and get used to it because it's really important for when we're working with data handling and big data especially, and then machine learning as and when you get to it, or even if you don't, if you're just doing stats and you're doing data handling work. Pandas, really important library for the Python programming language. Okay, so let's get to it. You can see I've got a CSV file here all about threatened fish species, which is a really cool project. Might not sound it, but it is. It's really fun, and that's over in the digital change makers. There's lots of ideas you can work with this data set here. So as you can see, it gives us the country, it gives us some countries, how many fish species in those countries, a total threatened species, and the GDP of the country. So we can look at loads of interesting patterns in data here, looking at fish conservation, countries which are doing well, not so well, is it related to money, is it not related to money, lots and lots of interesting things we can do with the data. But we need to get it into our project first, right? And that's where pandas is coming in. So that's a CSV file, and this is a Python file. We're going to work with it with Python code. And first of all, I'm just going to show you with the File Explorer that it's in the same directory. So it's useful to have your CSV file in the same directory as your Python file. You don't have to, of course. You could use an absolute path, but it's just easier to work with it when it's in the same directory, as you will see in a moment. Okay, so let's get to this. We are assuming that you have the pandas library installed on your system. If not, go and check out how to do it. You find it easily online if you search for that. But we're assuming you've already got it there. And that means you can import it. So we're going to use import, and we're going to use import pandas, that's the name of the library, as PD. Not point decoration, but PD. That's really just common convention for pandas. And now when we are in our code referring to PD, we're going to get all the various blocks of code, all the code we can work with from the pandas library. Pretty cool. Okay. So let's load in the data. We need to load the data into the program before we can start to look at the data and plot it with graphs and all that fancy stuff. So, common to put DF for data frame. You might see data like that, but DF is pretty common, data frame. Why? Because actually pandas returns a new type of object which is called a data frame object, right? A pandas data frame object. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with objects and methods and properties and all of this kind of stuff, go and check out the stuff on Object Oriented Program, OOP, Object Oriented Program, right? You can understand the concepts of it. So go and check out the technique cards about it and videos, or not. You don't actually have to know about it in order to use it, right? And that's the point about these technique cards. Let's just get practical work done. Let's just work with it. And I think I know it will make sense to you. So data frame, that's going to be the name of the variable, and we use our assignment operator. What are we going to do? Well, PD, and we are going to use a method called read CSV. See all these methods? Read CSV. Open, close those brackets, and in there we are going to put the name of, well, the CSV file we want, which of course it's just there, fish underscore THREATENED.CSV. Okay, like that. So that's it. So we're going to take the data. What this line of code does, it takes the data from this CSV file and it loads it into here as a pandas data frame. What's a pandas data frame? Well, we're going to have a look at it. So once we've loaded it in, and let's just save that, once it's loaded in, we can start to work with the data that we just loaded in. So let's take a look at it. And we can use a different method. And this method is related to the data frame itself. So DF for data frame, remember that's how we're accessing it now. And, or actually we're going to print it. Let's print it out so we can see it. DF dot possessive apostrophe in the Python world. And we're going to use head. This method called head. The head method belongs to the data frame object. This data frame object here, DF, which comes from here. Pandas reads in the data and it saves it here as a data frame object. And now we can do loads of cool stuff using it. So we're going to do the head, print it. The head will just show us the head of the data. Of course, that's going to make more sense when we see it over here. So let's just go to terminal and you're going to see the head of the data. So it's given us 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows by default. It gives us 5 rows just so we can have a look at it first of all and say, okay, what kind of data have we got? Okay, we've got country names, we've got total species, I guess of fish, and threatened species, I guess of fish, and GDP, I guess not of fish, but the GDP of the countries. This index here, pandas data frames, they have this index by default, right? That's just there. We know it's not in the original CSV, but it's there when it becomes a data frame. That's a data frame. Okay. We could also change this, so we could change the number here. So we can pass that in and say, okay, actually I want to see 6, not 5. And now you can see we've got Canada included, and you could put 10 or whatever. Of course, you might be working with, and you will be working with later hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of points of data. And you probably just want to kind of simplify the numbers there. 5 is the default. Okay, so let's just comment that out, leave it there for your reference. What else can we do? Well, let's do print data frame, different method, info this time. And this tells us, guess what? Yeah, info about the data frame. So let's just have a look at that, clear out the terminal and run it again. So this is no longer the head, this is just giving us more info. It probably looks like gobbledygook at this point, these data types, but as you get to work with pandas more, it'll be useful to know about that method, I guess. You might come back and use that, just so you can have a look at what you're working with. What kind of data am I working with here? Again, comment this one out, leave it for your reference. We can also have properties of the data frame, and we'll print out some. So data frame, how about columns? Right, how about columns? So again, you don't need to know what properties are and how they differ to methods. You don't need to know it, though, if you want to. Okay, OP, or object-oriented programming. But you can still use it in your projects, right? You can say, okay, columns. So data frame.columns, I bet it tells me about the columns related to the data frame, right? Okay, well, let's have a look. And yes, it does. It gives us the names of the columns. So it's saying, okay, you got the index, which is this one here. And then you got country, okay, country. You got total species, total threatened, and GDP. And of course, if you had more columns, it would give you them all. Pretty cool. Okay. Anything else we can do? Let's comment this one out. Yeah, we can look at the shape. We're going to look at dataframe.shape, a different property. We're just going to look at the shape of the data. This is actually quite useful. It's really simple, and it doesn't look much when you see it. Yeah, a couple of numbers, but it's useful. It's a tuple, and if you want to know about tuples, go and check out the card and the project's working with tuples and a video on tuples. But essentially 15,4, well, where's that coming from? Well, work it out, right? 15, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 columns and, yeah, 15 rows. So it's giving you the shape of the data with columns and rows. It's actually doing rows first and then columns. So it's saying, okay, in this data frame, we've got 15 rows of data and we've got 4 columns. And then, of course, if you wanted to know the names of the columns, that's when you would come back and you would use the columns. Right there, you would use the columns property, like that. Okay, and then you'd be able to see the names of the columns. And you might want to look at the rows a little bit more with these. Okay, and it's just like an initial exploration of the data you're working with before you get stuck into filtering it and messing with it and plotting out stuff on graphs with different libraries and all the rest of it. Essential to know how to do this, so hopefully it's been of use, and hopefully you're now able to go and start to use pandas with your digital change makers projects and data handling projects and all the rest of it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, take care.